finish off a story from the Middle East, and God had just finished creating the world, and he realized he'd made a big mistake. He'd forgotten to give people brains. And so, of course, people were arguing and fighting over all the most stupid, silly things. This island is our island. Okay, it's not your island. They were arguing and fighting. And so God called his number one assistant. He said, Gabriel, come here. And he gave him a big bucket full of gray matter. He said, these are brains. Take them down and give them to all the people. So Gabriel went down with his big bucket and he began to give brains to the people. But there were so many people. And he only had one bucket. It just wasn't enough to go around. So God said, I know what, just try and share it out. And so he began to give a little bit to each person. But God very soon realized that a man with half a brain is not much better than a man with no brain at all. So he called Gabriel back. He said, this isn't working, this isn't working. We need to do something different. He said, I know. Why don't we just give the brains to a few special people? And then they will be able to tell everybody else what they should do, how they should behave in a certain situation. And Gabriel said, really? He said, no, that'll never work, God, I'm sorry. He said, people will never listen. People don't like being told what to do. They'll never listen. And God said, oh, yes, they will. Because these special people will have a way to make people listen. Really? Said God. Okay, said Gabriel. Well, what are you going to call them, these special people? Don't they deserve a special name? And God said, yeah, you're right. Because it's a very big responsibility to have all that knowledge in the world and to be responsible for handing it on from one generation to the next. Yeah. These people do deserve a very special name. We'll call them storytellers.